Hello, everyone. I have been feeling very afraid of what's happening um, all around me in the external world. And then on the inside, there's this drama happening with pushing myself to do things that I'm also afraid of doing. And then experiencing the outcome of that. I think it's kind of happening all over the world at the moment. We're kind of bottoming out because we're so afraid of what's going on with this coronavirus. And there's fear all around us all the time. There's this ring of fear every direction that we look in. We're seeing people afraid, people taking precautions, people trying to protect themselves. And I think I just want to do a little bit of meditation and Reiki and just sitting with what is, because if we in every moment just sat with our fears and our pain and our suffering, and I went inside and contacted that very deep part of ourselves that seems to kind of magically know what to do or have the answer. I mean, one example of my fears is that I just started doing these YouTube videos, and it's not an easy thing for me to do this. And I really, but the love in me to want to share with you what I'm feeling, and just to hopefully reach out to some people who are going to really relate to what I'm saying on their personal journey of awakening, waking up to their own personal truth. It's such a challenging journey sometimes, and I know for me, I've had terrible chronic illnesses, and I still look for the answers of what to do about it in the external world. All the external world is a reflection of our thinking, of what we're creating in every moment. If in every moment we can sit in a state of peace with what we've got, I think this will bring us back to balance. And I really strongly believe, I don't like to say believe because belief is just another form of attachment, but I feel in my heart that the events that are happening in the world, like the Australian forest fires, I don't even know if that's still going on or not. I don't even know, because there's so much in the news about the coronavirus. But it almost feels like these illnesses, these terrible, tragic, really dramatic events happening in the world are literally like a a purification process out loud. So something that's happening to us internally, all our internal fears, all our internal injustices, all our all the areas in our own lives where we feel out of balance are just being reflected in the outside world. So I didn't really want to talk for too long because I really feel that I want to be still and quiet with everything that is in this present moment right now, and maybe see if I'm going to get some guidance from spirits, or see if some light language happens, and just kind of go with the flow, because really that is what life is. You can think that you're controlling it by planning stuff, by planning to get food, by planning to get masks, by doing all these things that you think is going to help you in the future. But that's a future that's filled with fear, isn't it? It's like you're planning for your fears in the future. There's only now. There's only ever now. If we can be present to what is happening now, right in this very moment, even if that means facing our fear of maybe catching this virus, maybe having it ourselves, and being with that, what would that be like to be okay with the thing that you're most afraid of? How could you do that? Could do that by being in the presence of love and bringing that love that is in you always, and always knocking on your door. Always asking you to welcome it in, and welcome everything that comes to open you up, and embrace everything, because there is God even in the darkest things that we create. There is God in that, because it's revealing to you the truth of who you are. The fact that you can create something like this and create the fears that go along with it is a very powerful thing that we do. Okay, so I'm going to just try and relax myself, because I don't find these things easy, but I have in my heart center now, I have this strong feeling that I have very deep compassion for the world and for everyone and everything. I just want to connect with that now and bring my awareness into now how I'm feeling in my body. And for me, others of you may be different. For me, always starts with breath. That instantaneous connection to the truth of you, that point inside you that is so deep, like the deepest part of an ocean, and it extends everywhere. So connecting the outside world, the external world that we see with our eyes, to our internal world, and then bringing that truth of who we are, our internal world, bringing heaven to earth, to what we've created. If you can, just drop into the out breath. This always helps me. Just make the out breath just a little bit longer. I want to bring more of what I am in this moment to everyone and everything in this world. More of the truth of me I bring to myself, and by connecting with that truth, I reflect it in this vehicle, this body that I've chosen for this incarnation, this life. And I bring that truth out into the open. And when people connect with that in themselves, they're going to understand what I'm talking about. The truth of who you are is infinite, eternal. Oh, ikana kara kare ni ke to uta kama kakana kara kara iya la kate ke itu ko ni ala kakana iya. Yene kana. Yene ma iya na kara ni. Yene ala kana ma ki ine kara. Le iya na kani. Yena ka bakame iya la kala. Yene kala anya kana kat kara kare ni ya. Itu kana kala. May all beings join together now as one, collectively in love. Yene kana 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 iya kara kana ni ya. Yene me ya kakana ira kariya la kalage ete kona iya kamake ya ni la dia la. Ya le ya ka ni ya ne kariya ni ya. Ai ni kana ni ya. Yene kana ni ya. Ye pa kariya la ya ya. Ye ma ni ne kariya ya. Te ka kana kariya. Te ka kone kariya ni kariya ni. She at in makakara kariya la. Yara kariya. Yara ni ya kariya ni ya. Yara kariya ni ya. How does it feel not to push away those things that we're afraid of? To observe the fear or fears, to look them in the eye and bring love to it. To be at peace in your own world is to bring peace to the whole world by bringing peace to yourself. You extend love to everyone and everything around you. I'm just deepening my breathing now, and I'm not really paying it too much attention, but I'm starting to really connect with my heart now and how I actually feel about all of this, because there are some roots in my own personal journey to fearing the change, fearing the kind of bottoming out as it's being described. I don't know where I've got that from, but I've just it just popped into my head of society, of life as we know it, and this purification process that completely is like a forest fire and literally burns everything down and replaces it with a newness. I can feel that connection now. I've got waves of feeling in my head. Just check in that you're still there. Okay. Bringing that light to the world. Really connecting to that heart chakra now. Deepening. Softening. It's a very good word to describe how to be with the things that you're afraid of. In reality, we're afraid of ourselves, because what we're creating here is only just a reflection of our power to be able to create this drama, this illusion, this game that we play, so that we can feel that duality. We can feel the fear. We can feel the kind of sometimes invincibility of the ego that makes us, even though it's just such a tiny part of us, we've inflated it to be so huge, such a huge part of our life, and it rules our life according to what we fear. And when things like this happen, when devastating things happen, it's connected to that whole thing of like just completely letting go of everything that you ever thought you had a grip on. You don't have a grip on it. You don't have control over it. Just let it be. Let it be what it is. Look at it. Love it. Bring that love, that power to choose whether to love or not, to it, to that fear, to that lack of forgiveness, that judgment, that investment that your ego has in these things to keep the status quo, to keep it going, to keep everything going that you thought you were, but that you're not. There is no other purpose but love. And to bring that love through compassion, because once you've surrendered in yourself to your own fears, your own imbalances, your own lack of forgiveness, your own shame, your own guilt, things that you think you do wrong, the ways that you think you harm yourself or others, the ways that you try and escape. We're all doing that all of the time, constantly escaping reality, which is the only reality that there is now, right now, here, doing this. What we're doing here is just bringing love always to this very present moment now. It's a very personal thing that I'm connecting these things that are happening in the external world to my own inner truth, my own resistance to what's happening in my own life, the things that I'm afraid of. Many things have been coming up that I'm afraid of. And the need of me to manhandle myself with regard to those fears. When we connect with our heart center here, and all beings that surround us, that we don't really pay much attention to. We just I don't know, when I get to this stage of awakening, I'm now so used to receiving guidance from my spirit guides that it's almost who I am now. And I'm hoping that you're going to feel that in this video. The name Mariana is coming to me, and I'm wondering if she's going to say anything. This is the mother of Jesus, Yeshua, who is my main master guide. Your fears are your greatest allies. Welcome them like your best friend. Open the door and take a good look. What do you see? You see yourself vulnerable, afraid, without God, when really you are never separate. never separate from the one who is all that you are and always with you. Let that fear in as if you would welcome your most beloved son or daughter or family member. And if you can, in your mind's eye, embrace that part of you that fears. What has it come to teach you about yourself? The more you fight it, the more you escape the truth of who you really are. Embrace that truth, all the darkness and all the lightness, all of the whole of what you've created. You are afraid that your fears will harm you. But when you bring them in, when you welcome them in to yourself, and you forgive them, when you bring love and you shine a torch of light on them and illuminate them, they change shape. They may change shape only for a short time and then go back to being a fear at each time. To forgive it. Rest in God and all that you are, and bring that light to your fear. Illuminate it. You are not trying to meet it head on. You are softening. You are wrapping yourself around that fear, knowing it's part of you. It's okay. Allow it to be there. Surrender. Surrender. I am one with God and all that is. I am one. When you bring this light to your fears, and always sit with them like a little child, wrap your arms around them. This part of you, who you really are. Beloved friends, do not be afraid of your creations. You are creators. Allow yourselves to be who you really are. We love you always. We are with you always, as is God. Peace be with you. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to today. Okay, take care. Thank you. Bye.